Season 1 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians introduces the titular Percy Jackson, a seemingly normal 12-year-old boy living with his single mother Sally and his abusive stepfather Gabe. While on a school field trip, Percy is bullied by his classmates but encouraged by his teacher Mr. Brunner, who gives him a pin and affirms that he is special. Percy is then confronted by his algebra teacher Mrs. Dodds, who reveals that she is actually a fury named Alecto and a loyal servant of the god Hades. While instinctively protecting himself, the pin that Percy received from Mr. Brunner transforms into a sword, which he uses to defeat Alecto. Percy finds comfort in his mother Sally, who reveals that his father is actually a Greek god, making him a half-blood with special abilities. Percy then learns that his friend Grover is actually a satyr sent to watch over him. As Sally and Grover take Percy to Camp Half-Blood to stay safe and train amongst other young demigods, they are attacked by a minotaur. Sally sacrifices herself to protect her son, leaving a devastated Percy to kill the minotaur. At the camp, Percy meets the head counselor Mr. D, who also happens to be the god Dionysus. Percy also discovers that his seemingly normal teacher Mr. Brunner is actually a centaur named Chiron. As Percy adjusts to his new home at the camp, he befriends Luke, the popular son of the god Hermes, who takes Percy under his tutelage to mentor him as they both bond over their absent fathers. Percy also befriends the prodigious Annabeth, who grew up alongside Luke and considers him a brother. During a game of Capture the Flag, Percy is attacked by a bully named Clarisse. Though when Annabeth pushes Percy into the lake, the water heals his wounds and he is claimed as the son of Poseidon. Mr. D and Chiron warn Percy that as the son of Poseidon, he has now drawn the ire of Poseidon's brother Zeus, who believes that Percy is the lightning thief in possession of his powerful master bolt and will declare war if the bolt is not returned to him within a week. Although Percy first refuses to find the bolt, not caring about the concerns of gods who never cared for him, Grover proclaims that Sally is still alive and being held prisoner by Hades in the underworld, who also happens to be the true possessor of the master bolt. And so Percy chooses Annabeth and Grover to accompany him on his quest, while Luke gives him winged shoes from Hermes as a gift to aid in their adventure. Before departing, Percy learns of a prophecy that one of his friends will betray him, while Annabeth says goodbye to her old friend Talia, who had been cursed into the form of a tree. Along their journey, Percy, Grover, and Annabeth meet the Gorgon monster Medusa, whom they defeat and use her decapitated head to turn the pursuing Alecto to stone. The trio are then attacked by Echidna, the mother of monsters, and her baby Chimera. During the battle, Percy is saved from certain death by a sea goddess known as a Nereid, who reveals that Poseidon has always been watching over him for safety. Percy, Annabeth, and Grover's quest becomes complicated when the police blame them for all of the god and monster chaos that has followed them. Clarisse's father Ares offers to help the trio evade arrest and reach Poseidon in Santa Monica in exchange for retrieving his prize gold shield from the god Hephaestus, who bitterly stole it after Ares had an affair with his wife Aphrodite. Upon their success, Ares helps smuggle the trio to Las Vegas to search for Hermes for further assistance. At the Lotus Casino in Vegas, the trio find Luke's father Hermes, who reveals that he has been absent from his son's life due to Poseidon's warnings that gods cannot interfere with their children's destinies, even during times of suffering. Hermes ultimately helps the friends reach Santa Monica to meet with Poseidon, but instead they are greeted by the Nereid, who proclaims that the deadline to recover the Master Bolt has passed, and Zeus and Poseidon are officially going to war. But Percy refuses to accept defeat, and continues on to confront Hades. On their journey through the underworld, Percy discovers that the Master Bolt is inside his backpack, secretly placed there by Ares. Confused by this act, he continues forward to find and save his mother, but on the way, while wearing the winged shoes gifted to them by Luke, Grover and Percy are nearly pulled into an inescapable dark pit known as Tartarus. Upon reaching Hades' palace, the god of the underworld reveals that someone has been manipulating everyone from the start, as he had nothing to do with the stolen Master Bolt and instead wants to recover his Helm of Darkness, which was stolen by the real lightning thief to help acquire the bolt. And so Hades offers to return Sally to Percy if he brings back the helm. Percy realizes that the villainous exiled god Kronos, father of the Olympians, is responsible for manipulating the gods into battle, bitter over having his throne on Mount Olympus stolen from him by his children and being banished to Tartarus. Upon leaving the underworld, Percy, Grover, and Annabeth are confronted by Ares, who, due to Kronos' manipulations, has been stoking the flames of a war between the gods. Percy challenges Ares to a sword fight, with the first to draw blood, winning the Helm of Darkness. Ultimately, Percy uses his burgeoning power over water to defeat Ares, who vows vengeance before giving him the helm. Percy gives Alecto the helm to trade to Hades for Sally, then heads off with the Master Bolt to confront Zeus in Olympus. Despite reclaiming the bolt, Zeus affirms his intentions to go to war with his brother Poseidon. As Zeus attacks Percy for defying him, Poseidon arrives to intervene, bowing down to Zeus as his leader and convincing him to call a council of the gods to warn them of Kronos' return. Percy then speaks with his father for the first time, and Poseidon professes his pride for his son before sending him back to Camp Half-Blood. There, Percy is confronted by Luke, who reveals himself to be the real lightning thief, working alongside Ares on behalf of Kronos. Luke has long been bitter toward the gods, including his father Hermes, for seemingly abandoning him in his times of greatest need, and Kronos stoked that bitterness to draw Luke to his cause. Luke had given Percy the cursed wing shoes to purposefully drag him into Tartarus, but now proclaims that they are truly friends and asks Percy to join him as a follower of Kronos. Percy refuses and Luke overpowers him in a fight before Annabeth arrives to save him, prompting Luke to flee. As the season comes to a close, the students of Camp Half-Blood depart on the last day of camp. While Annabeth goes to reunite with her human father, Grover sets off to find the satyr god Pan, a quest which had previously caused the loss of his father, grandfather, and uncle. Percy returns to happily reunite with his mother, while his abusive stepfather Gabe is sent the head of Medusa and petrified to stone. In the end, Percy is visited in his dreams by Kronos, who warns that Percy is prophesied to help bring forth his return to reclaim Olympus.